What's going on, everybody? This is John Shank Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with yet another update to the folks that are trying to make high school football in a video game an absolute possibility. So if you're excited about this month's update from the folks working on varsity football right now, potentially the first major high school football game, or at least high school being the main focus, I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are as well. So make sure you go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you happen to be brand new and you like what you're hearing in regards to the progress of varsity football. And we'll go ahead and jump right into it, as we have just received the September 2022 update from varsity football straight from the developers. And it starts with how they're starting to work on some big things right now. They are starting to really build on some other foundations within the game. First and foremost, jumping right from the top, we got customizable fields. So they have started to lay down the foundation for field customization. They're working on the ability to, if you wanted to go ahead, customize your end zones, your logos at midfield, at the 25, whatever, the color of your grass and turf, the little things. So they got some of their big stuff down that they really wanted to hammer out, and now they're really starting to work out the fine details. And the field customization, I really love that. It really builds upon. So in Maximum Football, I really talk about how Maximum Football, how great that is from a customization standpoint, but I really do think the customization is going to be even better here in varsity football, given not only will we have a sandbox in terms of renaming teams, renaming, changing logos, changing colors for these various schools, but in Maximum Football, you couldn't really do anything with the end zones. There was a logo at the 50-yard line, but there wasn't any end zone art. And not only are we going to get that here as well, but we'll also have the ability to decide, okay, is it going to be a grass field or is it going to be a turf field? And then also choosing what color we want our field to be. So if you wanted a red field like Eastern Washington has, you can do that. If you want a blue field like what Boise State has, you can also do that as well. So I really like this field customization, and I hope that they can go ahead and work on that and implement that in a strong way. Speaking of things I really like, they also are starting the UI UX development in terms of the Dynasty Mode offseason. As you know, high school football, there are 50 states, including Hawaii, going from Hawaii to Texas to California to New York. Lots of states in high school football, right? And they want to have it as dynamic as possible, as they are including a fully functional US map that users can navigate by region and state in order to look at jobs and other data within the dynasty. So what that means is, okay, you could start as a small school coordinator and then work your way up. Let's say you start out in, Vermont. I don't know why Vermont came to my head. Just work with me. You could go to another neighboring state, like go to New Hampshire, and you could be a head coach of a high school football program there. Just countless ways to build the stories up here for varsity football, and it's not going to be limited to, okay, you choose a state, you're going to be stuck in that state the entire dynasty. No, it seems like it's not going to be like that. And speaking of really this dynamics in high school football, what I wish I can see is just, okay, which high school players throughout the country are going to go on to the college level, who's a 5-star, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then maybe use that information and export it, or at least have it so that, okay, you could take this to a college dynasty in the future, at least something to build off of, so that we could have our very own custom high school classes for college football when we're playing our series. Just from a content creator standpoint, I'm really excited about that. So I'm really interested to see how the UI and UX development keeps building upon itself. So then there are two other things I wanted to go ahead and talk about in terms of the September development update here. We got quarterback animations. As you guys know, a few months ago, they did get themselves their own motion capture suit, which in itself is really nice to see because you don't have to go off site in order to capture those animations. They can do that in the same building, and that's going to save a tremendous amount of time that can instead be developed to fine-tuning the other aspects of this football video game. So they started the quarterback animations, and while the animations themselves, they're currently in a prototype kind of phase. They're not going to be finalized by any means. Apparently they're liking what they're seeing, so that's cool. Animations, as long as there's a good mix of physics and animations, that's what I'm really looking for in any football video game. I think there needs to be a mix. Quarterbacks, particularly animations for the throwing, that's really important. So I'm glad that they're starting to work on that. And then finally, the roster generation. So they have further built upon their roster generation, and it's to reflect the the school, county, city size. So if you're going to a bigger high school, for example, you're going to have more guys on your football roster. You might be more easily able to go ahead and build upon, okay, you're going to have a JV squad, you're going to have a freshman squad, but not every high school is obviously going to have that luxury. There's going to be some high schools that might only field a high school team, and not only have the ability to field a high school football team, but it's going to be rosters out there that are so small that, okay, you're going to have some guys that are going to have to play both sides of the football. How is that going to be taken into account? And then also on top of that, there's going to be a progression logic from year to year, and that's going to take into account player height, weight, and ratings, because many high school athletes, they do go through puberty in high school, and so what your body looks like your freshman year of high school is definitely different than what it's going to look like come your senior season. So that's going to be taken into account. And then also a boom and bust system. I'm really curious about that. I love that that kind of system is being implemented. So in NCAA 14, and I'm talking more to the base game here, I know that there is a mod out there that kind of allows players to actually regress in the NCAA 14 dynasties, but in the base game, what really sees ourselves happen is that we only see players improve. We don't see anybody really regress, and so what ends up happening within a few years of your dynasty, almost everybody is at least in the low to mid 80 overalls. There's not much parity that is in these NCAA 14 dynasties after you get through a few seasons, which if you guys have seen real life college football, you know that's definitely not true, not even remotely close, right? So that's cool that they got a boom bust system. So there's going to be some players that are going to have some huge improvements in this varsity football dynasty. You might see guys, be maybe plus 10, plus 15 overall, or you're going to see some guys that are minus 5, minus 10, or just don't grow at all, even though maybe their freshman year they seem like they were going to be superstars. So I really like that dynamic. Really love to see how that would be implemented, but I am really hopeful for this game, guys. I've been talking about them every month since I've started hearing these varsity football updates. I can't wait to play this game, man. For the content creator standpoint, the possibilities are limitless, and I just really love to get my hands on a high school football game and represent for my high school. And I know for some of you, particularly those of you that are younger, I'm sure you would appreciate that as well, because the Road to Glory modes in the NCAA games, that only does so much justice. Only playing 1 year, it really doesn't dive that deeply into the high school aspect of your football career. So that being said, let me know what you guys think of this brand new development update, and then not only that, also let me know down in the comment section what's your most intriguing thing that you think about when you think about varsity football. What do you want to see the most in this game? Let me know down in the comment sections. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed my analysis of this month's development update from the folks over at Varsity Football, go ahead, leave me a like button, as that does help me out with the YouTube algorithm. And then if you're brand new to the channel, you like what you listen to, and this is not the only thing that I do. I also have my own original gaming series as well, FCS Dynasty, and then a realignment Dynasty in NCAA 14. Hit that subscribe button. I would truly appreciate that. Trying to grow this community, of course. But with that, this is John J. Gaming on the mic signing off. I'm hoping you're all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.